Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We are talking all about the breaking news today that UEFA have decided to scrap the away goals rule for all European competitions beginning at the start of next season. We'll be talking all about this scrapping of the rule, my personal opinion on it. But before we go any further, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe for new. Both means always and forever greatly appreciated. But for now, let's get back on with this very quick video based on UEFA, who are scrapping the away goal rule from next season. It's a rule that's been around for many years. I think many people I think they kind of like the rule. In my personal opinion, I believe that it makes this competition or these types of European competitions more interesting. I believe it makes it it's a unique rule, which makes it for unique competitions. You don't get this kind of rule anywhere else in any other tournament, any other competition, and adds something extra to the game, to the competition, to make it feel special, especially for the in my opinion, quote unquote, smaller teams of European competitions. They go away from home at a considerably bigger club, bigger stadium, a hostile stadium in a nicer phrasing of the word, so to speak, and they go and get a good result. And by that could be anything. That could be a draw in which both teams score. That could be some sort of 1-0 away victory, 2-1 away victory, something like that. Or even a very close defeat, something like a 2-1 loss or something, or a 3-2 loss, or whatever the scoring may be. As long as it's close, it leaves it kind of interesting, because obviously the away goal rule still has intrigue going into that second leg, because that second leg therefore could mean anything when you take into consideration that rule, and it will have obviously fans of both teams hooked, as well as probably neutral fans as well, because let's face it, the competitions have history of having the away goal rule mean so much, and has obviously gone on to create so many special moments in the history of all of these types of tournaments and competitions. Overall, I believe it adds an extra layer of intrigue, and although of course the ruling is now being taken away, the intrigue will still be there. It's the Champions League after all. It's still a huge spectacle. It's still very exciting, whether you're in it or you're a neutral fan of it because you're not in it. It's still a very exciting spectacle to watch. But I believe it's going to lose a little bit of its uniqueness with this rule being taken away from it. Like I say, over the years we've seen some incredible drama be played out because of the away goal rule's influence in the game being involved. Instantly, my mind thinks back to Tottenham's path to the Champions League final back in 2019. Their games against Manchester City and Ajax were both full of drama, and a big contributing factor to that was, of course, the away goal rule, where it influenced the scorelines throughout the entirety of both rounds of fixtures, of both legs of those rounds of fixtures. It really did have a big influence, and it was, of course, really special moment, not just for the clubs that were involved, but, of course, for the competition as a whole, for the competition's history, for the spectacle that was the Champions League. And I'm sure if you go back, there were many, many, many more moments and examples of that kind of thing having an influence, and obviously going forward to creating incredible moments. You're not going to get that in the future. This rule being taken away is going to, like I say, you'll still have the intrigue, you'll still have great moments, of course, but it kind of loses a little bit of its uniqueness, which is the overall point of this part. As for me, if you can't already tell, I'm a big fan of the away goal rule. I'm kind of sad that it's being taken away, but I was in favour of it being changed. I think there was a part of this rule that needed to be changed. It needed to be modified, because there was a part of it I didn't agree with. And that was the fact that in the second leg, the rule could be used, should it need to, if the game goes into extra time. It's a rule that has benefited and hurt everybody, in my opinion, across the entirety of its usage. So there's no really advantage or disadvantage in these European competitions for anybody. It will affect you and it will come around like karma kind of thing. But if you're the away team in the second leg, it does kind of benefit you more, because should the game go into extra time, of course, you therefore have an extra 30 minutes of play where the opportunity is there for you to really put the away goal rule back in your favour. I personally was against this. I think I've said on a few videos in the past where I've talked about the Champions League and I've talked about the Europa League that I don't agree with that side of the rule. I think that side of the rule needed to be changed. But as it turns out, UEFA have decided to go the whole hog and decide to scrap the rule in its entirety. But like I say, I think it should have just been kept within the original 90-minute games and then be scrapped as soon as the game went into extra time, should it, of course, have got that far, because that way it would have been much fairer. But of course, UEFA have decided to get rid of it in its entirety, and I think that it not only loses its uniqueness, but I think it loses some of its intrigue and some of its exciting nature of it as well. Like I said, I personally disagree with this move by UEFA. I think it was a good rule that just needed a little bit of tweaking when it came to the extra time period of games, should of course the games have got that far. But UEFA have seen fit to scrap the rule in its entirety. Will it be a massive change? I don't think it will be a huge change. I don't think it will be a change that affects the game completely, but I do kind of think that, like I say, it will lose something to the game. It will lose the dimension that this competition has over every other competition, and to me that intrigues me. Even when my team Liverpool aren't even in it, it does intrigue me, that aspect of the game. But of course, there will be no away goal rule from next season in any European competition. But of course, these are just one man's thoughts, one man's opinions, whatever you want to call it on this subject. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of the away goal rule being scrapped by UEFA? I'd love to know your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, whatever you want to call it, down in the comment section below. I'm sure they'll all make for interesting reading. Otherwise, hit that like button on the way if you enjoy the video. Subscribe if you're new or want to see more content like this. Both things are always and forever be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you so much for watching this very short video. I've been Fletch, this has been another Fletch Talks video, and I will see you and speak to you all again soon in another video.